and you are going to tell me if you hear the audio.
Oh, will I? I forgot which was doing my song for a second.
Mass Effect, Legendary Edition. Press any button.
The glorious return of Commander Starburst. Your team, but my god, Wi-Fi does something shit. Let me hear the rest of our sound, please.
Can you hear me?
You. We're good.
Alright, we good.
Okay, listen to the pings. For the ting. Pings for the tings.
Hope this doesn't load into my hope this doesn't load into my file. I hit start instead of resume. Okay, here it is. Title screen for Mass Effect 2. New game. Import ME1 character. Bunghole Shepard, Michelle Shepard, Lily Shepard. I'm pretty
sure we know.
I think Lily is you.
I think it's my name.
State-of-the-art weapons use thermal clips to prevent overheating. Clips are universally designed, so use any retrieved from combat areas or fallen enemies. Yeah, so in Mass Effect 1 you had you had infinite ammo, your weapons just overheated and had to cool down. In Mass Effect 2 and 3, they reinvented the concept of ammo.
Oh. Worse or better?
Worse. Definitely worse. Yeah. Okay, I forgot. I almost forgot the whole point of this series. The whole point of this stream series is you make every decision. So, combat difficulty, casual, normal, veteran, hardcore, insanity.
Insanity. No, you just play a normal.
Okay. Auto level up. Should that be turned off? Should it be turned on for the squad mates, or should it be turned on for squad mates and Lily Shepard?
Oh. No, leave it off.
Okay. Subtitles. On. You are not turning that off. Fuck you. Squad power usage.
Why would I can't hear my game. I need subtitles.
Squad power usage. When enabled, squad members automatically use their most effective powers in combat. When disabled, squad members only use defensive and ammo powers automatically.
No, leave it enabled. And leave all saves enabled.
Okay. Continue. Name, Lily Shepard. Rank, 49. Military specialization, Vanguard. Okay.
Oh, whoopsies. Anyway.
A BioWare production.
In the beginning of time. This doesn't look good.
Shepard did everything right. More than we could have hoped for.
Commander Shepard uncovered the truth.
And still, it's not enough.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
But they're sending her to fight Geth. Geth! We both know they're not the real threat. The Reapers are still out there.
And it's up to us to stop them.
The Council will never trust Cerberus. They'll never accept our help, even after everything humanity has accomplished. But Shepard, they'll follow her. She's a hero, a bloody icon. But she's just one woman. If we lose Shepard, humanity might well follow.
Then see to it that we don't lose her.
There's a lot of text at once.
Better start reading.
1 month after the devastating Geth attack on the Citadel, humanity seized political control of the galaxy. Now the human-led council is forced to respond to evidence in the Reapers. Not fast enough.
Must not have been that important.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because that went away automatically. I didn't have the option to keep it on screen until I hit a button.
Disengaging FTL drives. Emission sinks active.
Probably not
Board is
important.
green. We are running silent.
Hey, remember Seth Green?
We're wasting our time. 4 days searching up and down this sector, and we haven't found any sign of Geth activity.
3 ships went missing here in the past month. Something happened to them.
My money's on slavers. The Terminus system is crawling with them.
Picking up something on the long-range scanner. Unidentified vessel. Looks like a cruiser.
Doesn't match any known signatures.
Cruiser is changing course. Now on intercept trajectory.
Can't be. Stealth systems are engaged. There's no way a Geth ship could possibly...
It's not the Geth. Brace for evasive maneuvers!
It's not the Geth this time, boys.
Presley!
Kinetic barriers down. Multiple hull breaches. Weapons offline. Somebody get that fire out.
Oh, hey, Liara.
Queen Liara Soleil.
Shepard!
Distress beacon is ready for launch.
Will the Alliance get here in time?
They'll be here, or they damn well better.
They damn well better.
I'm not doing this just so they can find our frozen corpses. Get everyone onto the escape shuttles.
Joker's still in the cockpit. He won't evacuate. I'm not leaving either.
There's no time to argue, or I gave you an order.
There's no time to argue.
I need you to get the crew onto the evac shuttles. I'll take care of Joker.
Shepard!
Liara, go! Now.
Aye, aye.
Liara, you are queen, but go.
The Queen must take care of her subjects, after all.
Exactly.
Everybody in! Go, go, go!
Well, she's dead.
Well, that was not intended.
Welcome back, Commander Starburst.
From an unknown enemy. Come on, baby, hold together. Hold together.
My God.
Damn.
Space is beautiful.
And then we die. And that's actually the ending. How did you know?
Physics! Zero gravity! Yay!
Everyone loves physics.
Yeah.
That was a joke, by
That-
the way. I'm fine.
Yeah, everyone actually does love physics. That's why Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are the highest rated Zelda games.
Okay, but I'm also traumatized from physics. No one has ever actually taken a physics class.
I can still save her.
You're so traumatized by it, it permanently broke the way you pronounce accelerate.
What's homophobic, Mikey?
Don't throw your life away or don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
The Normandy's dead, just like us if we don't get the hell out of here.
No, we just have to... Oh no. They're coming around for another attack.
Also, sometimes, though, they say completely different things than the options would pick. It's like, that's not why I thought what their responsibility. And that's what kills me.
Yep.
Watch the arm. Commander! Shepard!
And then Shepard dies.
Good thing the switch to close that particular escape pod hatch was in that particular spot. Sayonara, Commander Shepard.
Sayonara.
So we'll be playing this game as Liara. Hope you're ready for that.
Listen, Liara is queen. Mass Effect 2.
No, it's Mass 2 Effect.
Sorry. Mass 2 Effect.
Mass Effect Genesis is an interactive comic that summarizes the events of Mass Effect 1. Would you like to review the story so far?
Sure. Well, a review couldn't hurt.
Yeah, it's basically a refresher of what happened in your playthrough. If say for example it's been a year or so.
Which it has been
Another
for us. It's been, in
routine
fact,
mission.
almost 2 years.
Why do they always say that before a mission? Of course it's routine. You haven't done anything yet. It's everything that happens along the way. The choices you make. The paths you choose. That turn the routine into anything but. Of course, that's how it started. A routine mission. Answering a distress call. And look where that got me. We were testing out the Normandy, Captain Anderson's new ship, when the distress call came in. An Alliance patrol on Eden Prime had been attacked. They'd seen something they couldn't explain. And whatever it was massive. I hit the ground.
I recall
with
this, yes,
Lieutenant
yes.
Caden Alenko. A good kid, loyal, by the book, with a talent for biotics. We came across the lone survivor of the patrol, Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams. A soldier to the core. Tough, disciplined, ready to take on whatever came her way. Ashley joined up with us and took us to the spot where she lost her squad. That's when we saw it. The ship. Like nothing I'd ever seen. It was massive, scorching the colony and everything around it as it blasted away. We followed the path of destruction to an artifact, a beacon left by a long-dead race called the Protheans. The colony had dug it up, and whoever attacked them had tried to take it. Lieutenant Alenko made the mistake of getting too close. I hit him with some type of energy. I grabbed him and threw him out of the way. That's when it hit me. Hard. Every muscle in my body went rigid. I couldn't move. Could barely breathe. Everything went black. And then I saw something. A vision. Dream. A nightmare. By the time I woke up, we
Your
were halfway to
mother.
the Citadel on our way to meet the Council. I was expected to explain what I'd seen. Anderson came along. So did Udina, our political representative on the Citadel. With those two heavyweights, it seemed reasonable we could persuade the Council that the ship we'd seen was a potential threat. As was the individual behind the attacks. The main suspect for the Eden Prime massacre was a Turian Spectre named Saren. He'd been seen by one of the survivors from the colony at Eden Prime, and there was some evidence to suggest that the ship was connected to Saren. But even Udina's pointed accusations weren't enough to convince the Council. They just couldn't believe one of their chosen elite Spectres could be guilty of something like that. They needed proof, which meant I needed proof. Fortunately, I wasn't alone in my search. Garrus, another Turian, wanted to help. A top agent for Citadel Security. Despite orders from his superiors that he shouldn't get involved, he told me he was suspicious of Saren and he had some useful leads. More importantly, he was willing to share them. That led me to Rex, the biggest, nastiest looking Krogan bounty hunter I'd ever seen.
I remember that.
He turned out to be more
I'm
than just a
remembering all
brute.
this. What?
It was his intel that led us to a fugitive with incriminating evidence on Saren. The fugitive turned out to be an energetic little Quarian named Tally. A tech expert with a knack for hacking, she'd procured some information on Saren. Evidence that proved Saren was dirty. Tally's evidence proved that Saren was responsible for the massacre on Eden Prime, and the immense warship we'd spotted was in fact Saren's flagship. But it went much further. Saren was trying to find a way to bring back a race of sentient machines from dark space. Machines allegedly responsible for cleansing the galaxy of all organic life. These Reapers were blamed for wiping out all life 50,000 years ago, including the Protheans, and disappearing back through the mass relays to dark space, leaving no trace that they'd ever been. That explained why Saren was after the beacon, and it made some sense out of my visions, but not much else. We couldn't convince the Council that the Reapers were a threat, but they agreed Saren had to be stopped. They stripped him of his Spectre status and gave me the honor of becoming the first human Spectre. My first task? Bring down Saren. Anderson decided to stay behind, giving up his ship, the Normandy. He told me I'd need it more than he would. He also pointed me in a direction. Liara, a Prothean expert, adept in biotics, and maybe most importantly, daughter of Benezia, Saren's top lieutenant. And like most Asari, as beautiful as she is intelligent, and born with a unique ability to meld with other species, Liara was able to help me decipher some of the vision the beacon had given me. Nothing concrete, but it gave me some clues. And a new appreciation for the Asari. Her technique for accessing my vision was unexpected, but not at all unpleasant. Caden was a little concerned about the connection I shared with Liara. As commander, I knew either relationship had the potential to interfere with the mission. I told Liara about how I felt. Apparently, she felt it too. But we agreed we wouldn't let it get in the way of our mission, finding Saren. Thanks to Liara's help, we had our next lead, Benezia. Saren had taken her to Noveria, where he'd enslaved the queen of a dangerous race of insect-like creatures, the Rachni. He ordered Benezia to use the same technique Liara had used on me to extract information from the Rachni Queen. The Queen's drones were everywhere, and they were not happy. We had to fight through hundreds of them to get to Benezia. By the time we arrived, Saren was gone, with the information. I tried to reason with Benezia, but Saren had indoctrinated her. He had somehow acquired the ability to control people's actions and wills. Benezia wouldn't surrender, and Liara was forced to watch her mother die in her arms. And I was left with an angry, dangerous Rachni Queen to deal with. She claimed her drones would do no harm if I released her. But the Rachni had terrorized the galaxy before. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't doom an entire species for past sins. And the Queen was true to her word. She left and took her army of drones with her. With Saren's top lieutenant dead, he was quickly running out of time and places to hide. I tracked him down at his base on Vermeer, but we soon learned it was more than a base of operations. It was a breeding ground.
Sexy.
Saren was breeding an army of Krogan. He'd found a cure for the genophage, a disease inflicted on the Krogan to prevent them from breeding and taking over the galaxy. But the Krogan Saren was breeding were slaves, mindless beasts that obeyed Saren's will. I had to destroy the base and all its research. Rex disagreed. Violently. Rex wanted the genophage cure for his people. I tried to convince him to help me destroy it, that these Krogan weren't real. But he wouldn't back down. Fortunately, Rex is smarter than he looks. He realized this wasn't the way to help his people, and that Saren was the real threat. When we finally got to the center of the base, I realized just how close Saren was to completing his plan. He was already in communication with the Reapers. Sovereign, Saren's flagship we'd all assumed was just a ship, was a Reaper. It spoke to me, threatened me. I could feel the menace it had for every living thing. It wanted me dead. It wanted us all dead. And I knew it was capable of doing just that. What I couldn't understand was why Saren would help it. But there
Mind
was
control.
no time to think about it. Sovereign knew where we were. We had to destroy the base and get the hell out. I split my team into 2 squads, sending Ash with one and Caden with the other as a distraction. We had a nuke and we planned to use it. Before we could detonate the bomb, Saren showed up. We fought. I stalled him to make time for my team. And in talking to him, I realized the truth. It wasn't Saren who was indoctrinating everyone. It was Sovereign, the Reaper. And Saren was in deeper than all of them. He tried to convince me he was still in control. Said he'd found a way to reduce the Reaper's influence, but he was kidding himself. Or believing the lies Sovereign was telling him. Before I could convince him to stop, he ran, leaving me just seconds to extract my squad mates. I tried, but I wasn't fast enough. I could only save one of them. Ash was a good friend, and a great soldier. But I had to choose, and I chose Caden. That was the last time Saren would slip away from me. I knew then, the next time we met, one of us would die. With my team mostly intact, we chased Saren and his army to Ilos, a long-lost planet that had once belonged to the Protheans. As we prepared for what we knew would be a desperate fight, I spoke to my crew. We were just one ship, against Saren's growing army. I assured them all that despite the odds, we could defeat him. But Liara saw through my words. She knew I was hurting after Ash's death. She could sense my doubts. We both knew this mission could be our last. Until that moment, we put our feelings aside for the sake of the mission. But why wait? We gave in to each other. And it was perfect. While it lasted. We arrived on Ilos close behind Saren. Once on the planet, we discovered a Prothean databank that helped me put the final pieces of my vision together. The Reapers had come 50,000 years ago, and every 50,000 years before that, each time purging the galaxy of life. The Protheans had fought and died like every species before them, but a few survived long enough to leave a parting gift. The Protheans had discovered that the Citadel was the key to controlling the mass relays. By sabotaging the Citadel, they found a way to close the relays to dark space, slowing the Reapers' return, giving us the time we needed to find a solution to stop the Reapers once and for all. Saren knew this. He was leading his army to take control of the Citadel and re-establish the relays to dark space, bringing the waiting Reapers here to destroy us all. We followed him to the Citadel. It was intact, but heavily damaged. He had caught the Council fleets by surprise, and they were only now regrouping. And with Sovereign as his flagship, there was little hope that the fleets could counterattack with enough strength to take back the Citadel. But Saren was done running, and I was done chasing him. As the Alliance and Council fleets battled Saren's army outside the Citadel, I cornered the Turian bastard in the Citadel tower and confronted him. He died believing that the Reapers would save him. As I fought to regain control of the Citadel, the Council's flagship, the Destiny Ascension, fell under attack. Despite Saren's death, Sovereign and Saren's army continued to fight. The Council was aboard the Destiny Ascension and they were requesting assistance. But I knew in order to help them, I would have to put our human Alliance fleet in jeopardy. The Council could be replaced. The fleets were needed here and now if we were going to defeat Sovereign. Even with the Citadel back in my control, Saren defeated and the Normandy leading the combined galactic fleet. The battle against Sovereign, a single Reaper, was relentless. It took the combined fleets of humanity and the other races, but in the end, Sovereign fell. But the costs were immense. While humanity's efforts in the war earned us our first seat on the Council, it was a hollow victory. The Reapers were still out there. I knew the fight was far from over, but as the one who'd led the fight against Saren, I was given new responsibilities. The choice of humanity's first counselor was left to me to decide. On the one hand, Udina, the lifetime politician, ruthless and ambitious. He would easily navigate the political landmines that would soon be placed before him. The other choice, Captain Anderson, the career soldier. Tough but fair, but a friend, and someone I could trust. Both great leaders in their own right. Anderson didn't want the job, which was a sure sign he'd be perfect for it. No ambition to get in the way. The war was over. The threat had passed. In time, the Council would rebuild itself. The Citadel could be repaired. Even the pain of lost friends would fade. But none of that mattered if the Reapers were still out there. And if they were all as powerful as Sovereign, we had to find a way to stop them. I had to find a way. I gathered my crew, took my ship, and went in search of answers. Officially, the Council would only say I was assigned cleanup duty, routing out any remnants of Saren's army. Just another routine mission.
And then she died.
And then she died. And then we get to play as Liara now.
Which I'm perfectly okay with.
Liara
Commander
is
Shepard has been
ultimately
recovered.
the best character.
The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Ooh. Organs.
I'm more of a piano fan myself.
The sauce.
Ooh, a loading screen. Accept imported face, default appearance, custom appearance.
Except
Say again?
Except wait.
Okay. Choose class enhancement procedure. Soldier, Infiltrator, Vanguard, Sentinel, Adept, or Engineer. Vanguard was what you were before.
Yeah, we could just keep it going.
Your achievements give you access to the following bonus powers. Select one. The only
I
option
wonder
we
which one it
have.
could be.
Profile registration complete. Press X to confirm or circle to go back.
Perfect.
Alright, X or circle.
X.
Once you confirm your character is complete, you will be unable to change any settings. Confirm or back.
Confirm.
State-of-the-art weapons use thermal clips to prevent overheating. Blah, 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 blah. Didn't you just miss being able to run out of ammo in the first game?
Something's wrong.
She's reacting to outside stimuli, showing an awareness of her surroundings. Oh my god, Miranda. I think she's waking up.
Damn it, Wilson. She's not ready yet. Give her the sedative. Shepard, don't try to move. Just lie still. Try to stay calm.
Heart rate's still climbing. Brain activity is off the charts. Stats pushing into the red zone. It's not working.
Another dose. Now.
Heart rate dropping. Stats falling back into normal range. That was too close. We almost lost her.
I told you your estimates were off. Run the numbers again.
Wake up, Commander.
We don't look like we're doing too good.
The left eye doesn't even close all the way. Wow.
Shepard, your scars aren't healed, but I need you to get moving. This facility is under attack. There's a pistol in the locker on the other side of the room. Hurry! Grab the pistol and armor from the locker.
$119 Renegade, 156 Paragon.
Don't have time to wait around, Shepard. Grab your weapon and armor.
This pistol doesn't have a thermal clip.
It's a med bay. We'll get you a clip from. Damn it! Those canisters by the door are going to blow. Get behind cover. Keep your head down, Shepard. Shield yourself from the blast. Someone's hacking security trying to kill you. Look for a thermal clip for your pistol. Looks like they set up a barricade to try holding the Look out! Keep moving. We need to get to the shuttles. Shepard, security mechs are closing in on your position. Take cover.
What if I don't feel like taking cover?
What if I don't want
Find
to?
some cover before those mechs show up.
Come on. Door's locked, huh?
Interesting.
Are they just not going to finish with this door until I take cover? That's how you find the
Things are trying
objective.
to teach you that you can cover.
Okay, here's the weapon wheel. Here's the power wheel. Incendiary ammo. Charge. Flashbang grenade.
System not designed for specialized ammunition. Weapons failure. Sensors activated.
Don't waste time. I can't keep the mechs distracted for long.
Oh, there's mechs that way.
Nice work, Shepard. Coast is clear.
I'm not quite dead yet.
Yet.
Can I just not use these powers yet? I have it mapped.
More reinforcements heading your way. Grab the grenade launcher off the security officer's body. Here come the mechs. Use the grenade launcher to take them out.
They've seen us.
Take the elevator down one floor.
Huh?
You're not my mom. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I can't. Alright, fine, Mom.
I guess.
Hurry! Get to the door! Run! You're doing fine, Shepard. Head to the next room and I'll try to meet you. Shepard, read me. I've got mechs closing in on my position.
Nothing I can do for you, bud.
For specialized ammunition.
Sorry, bro.
Log update. I can't figure Miranda out. As project director, she should be ecstatic at all the progress we've made.
Sounds like the only bitch here is you, bud. Okay, that's the melee button.
Hostile!
I'm gonna go see what's the other way.
On target! Target down!
What are you doing here? Thought you were still a work in progress.
Okay, game just teleported me. Who the fuck are you? You tell me. I need answers.
You tell me.
I just woke up. You probably know more than I do.
Right, sorry about that. I'm Jacob Taylor. I've been stationed here for—
Hostiles detected.
Damn it! Things must be worse than I thought if Miranda's got you running around. I'll fill you in, but we better get you to the shuttle first.
Just a few questions. Why are they attacking? I'm tired of taking orders. Lead the way.
Just a few questions.
I know this isn't the best time, but I'm sick of stumbling around when I don't know what's going on.
Fair enough. I'll give you the quick version. You and your ship were attacked and destroyed. You were killed. Dead as dead can be when they brought you here. Our scientists spent the last 2 years putting you back together. You've been comatose.
2 years.
Or worse, that
Jesus.
whole time. Welcome back to your life.
Where is here? 2 years?
2 years?
I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this.
Yeah, I can imagine. The Alliance officially declared you killed in action. The whole galaxy thinks you're dead. And if we don't get to those shuttles, they'll be right.
What about my crew? Let's get out of here.
Yeah. What about my crew?
Were there any other survivors from the Normandy?
I'll tell you what. You help me finish off these mechs, and I'll play 20 questions with you all day. We're low on thermal clips, but I'm a biotic. Just give the order when you want me to hit them with the good stuff.
With the good stuff, hey?
Combat
That good. Okay. You've got a full health bar. Jacob, pull.
collision proximity warning.
Falling back. Okay. I promised I'd answer your questions. What do you want to know?
Investigate or let's get out of here.
Investigate.
Shepard's injuries, Jacob, return, Miranda, Normandy crew, attack on the station.
Let's start with attack on the station.
Do you know anything about this attack? Who's behind it, what they're after?
Damned if I know. I was getting ready for some shut-eye, then bam! Bunch of explosions. Next thing I know, every damn mech in the place starts shooting at us. I'm guessing it had to be an inside job. You'd need top security access to hack all the mechs.
Investigate.
Normandy crew.
The last thing I remember is the Normandy blowing up. Did anyone else make it?
Just about everybody survived. A few servicemen from the lower decks didn't get out. Navigator Presley was killed by an explosion. But everyone else, including the non-Alliance crew, the Asari, Liara, and the Quarian, they all made it out alive.
Good.
Where are they now, or investigate?
Where are they now?
Do you know what any of them are doing now?
I don't know, Commander. It's been 2 years. They've moved on. Left the Alliance. Could be anywhere.
I want to find them or investigate.
I want to find them.
They were my team. If they knew I was alive, they'd come back.
Maybe you can track them down after we get off the station. If we get off the station.
Okay, separate injuries.
You said they spent 2 years rebuilding me. How bad were my injuries?
I'm no doctor, but it was bad. When I first saw you, you were nothing but meat and tubes. Anywhere else, they'd have put you in a coffin. But Project Lazarus was different. Cutting-edge technology.
Cutting-edge technology? Project Lazarus.
Project Lazarus?
What can you tell me about the project? Were there other test subjects?
Project Lazarus only had one subject. The whole point was to bring you back. Just you. Even that was a challenge. 2 years. All the top scientists. The best technology money could buy.
Cutting-edge technology, you say?
Yes. Cutting-edge
What do you mean,
technology.
cloning? Cybernetics?
I don't know the details. You'd
Your
have to
mother?
ask the scientists. But I'm pretty sure you're not a clone. They wanted to bring you back exactly
Pretty
as
sure.
you were. You're still you. You just might have a few extra bits and pieces now.
Bit of a harder time getting through metal detectors.
Okay, investigate. Jacob.
What's your job here?
Depends on who you ask. Technically, I'm Miranda's top lieutenant. But I'm just a soldier. I served 5 years in the Alliance before this. Now I'm in charge of the station's security. Usually a lot more dull than this. Normally I don't fire my gun unless it's target practice.
Mother Miranda.
Miranda.
When I first woke up, someone named Miranda was talking to me over the radio. We lost contact just before I ran into you.
Miranda Lawson is the station's ranking officer. She led the Lazarus team. It was her job to bring you back to life, no matter what. Should have guessed she'd try to save you. She's not about to give up on you now. You said you lost contact. Could you tell what was happening?
Didn't sound good, or investigate.
Didn't sound good.
There was some gunfire and an explosion right before I lost her.
She knows how to take care of herself. But I hope she's okay.
Alright, we've done everything here, so...
What's the quickest way to those shuttles?
Depends where the mechs are thickest. It's probably best if we...
Check. Anyone on this frequency? Anybody still alive out there? Hello?
Wilson, this is Jacob. I'm here with Commander Shepard. Just took out a wave of mechs over in D-Wing.
Shepard's alive? How the hell? Never mind. You need to get her out of there. Get to the service tunnels and head for the network control room.
Roger that, Wilson. Stay on this frequency.
Who's that? Or let's go.
Who's that?
I think I remember a Wilson checking on me one time when I woke up.
That's him. He's the chief medical tech. Answers directly to Miranda. Come on. The service tunnels are this way.
Log update. The Lazarus project is about to enter the final phase. It's taken nearly 2 years, but we did it. Commander Shepard is alive. This is the most amazing medical achievement in recorded history. Maybe now Miranda will finally show some appreciation for everything I've done.
She's not gonna fuck you, bro.
We've been spotted. Can't get along!
This room is crawling with mechs.
The whole station is crawling with mechs. I'm doing the best I can.
Can't reach the target.
And that's the charge.
Wilson, find us another route out of here. Preferably one that...
Oh god, they found me. Help!
Wilson, where are you?
Server room B! Hurry! They're out of control!
Up those stairs, Shepard.
Oh god, I'm hit! They shot me!
Oh, good.
I'm dead.
I mean, oh no! Wilson!
Physical reconstruction of subject is complete, but we still need to evaluate all mental and neurological functions. Our orders were clear. Make Commander Shepard who she was before the explosion. The same mind, the same morals, the same personality. If we alter her identity in any way, if she's somehow not the woman she used to be, the Lazarus Project will have failed. I refuse to let that happen.
Shepard, down here!
Alright, fine. We'll talk to Wilson.
Bastards got me in the leg!
I remember you, Wilson.
You were there the first time I regained consciousness.
Yeah, that was me. How about we talk about this after we fix my leg?
Should be some Medi-gel in the first aid station on the wall.
Can't we
Hopefully
just...
there's enough to get him up and moving again.
Can't we just amputate instead?
Station on the wall.
That's L1. Unity.
Thanks, Shepard. Never thought you'd save my life. Guess that makes us even now, huh? I thought maybe I could shut down the security mechs, but whoever did this fried the whole system. Completely irreversible.
We didn't ask what you were doing. Why do you even have security mech clearance? You were in the bio wing.
Weren't you listening? I came here to try and fix this. Besides, I was shot. How do you explain that?
I don't trust any of you yet. It doesn't matter now what happens.
I don't trust any of you yet.
You're all strangers to me. Let's get someplace safe and then we'll sort out whose fault it is.
Right, Shepard. We need to find Miranda. We can't leave her behind.
Forget about Miranda. She was over in D-Wing. The mechs were all over that sector. There's no way she survived.
A bunch of mechs won't drop Miranda. She's alive.
Then where is she? Why haven't we heard from her? There are only two possible explanations. She's either dead, or she's a traitor.
But she tried to help me. Either way, we can't help her. Maybe. Maybe not.
Either way, we can't help her.
If Miranda's dead, there's nothing we can do. We have to save our own asses right now.
The shuttle bay is only a few...
Game over. That was the wrong decision.
That's it. Let's get out of here.
Okay, we took him down. But this is getting tense. Shepard, if I tell you who we work for, will you trust me?
This really isn't the time, Jacob.
We won't make it if she's expecting a shot in the back.
If you want to piss off the boss, it's your ass, Jacob.
The Lazarus Project. The program that rebuilt you. It's funded and controlled by Cerberus.
Why would Cerberus save me? You lied to me. Never hated him. That sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar.
I think I ran into Cerberus a few times while I was investigating Saren. Some kind of pro-human splinter group, right?
Well, that's what the Alliance wants people to believe. But there's more to it. The
No, there
Alliance
isn't.
declared you dead. They gave up. Cerberus spent a fortune to bring you back. Look, I'd be suspicious too. But right now, we have to work together. I thought you deserved to know what's what. Once we're off the station, I'll take you to the elusive man. He'll explain everything. I promise.
Elusive man? I'll never work for Cerberus. Fine, let's fucking go. What are you after?
Elusive man?
Elusive man. Is he in charge of all this?
Yeah, that's not his real name, of course. Nobody knows who he really is.
It was a code name the Alliance used for him. Kinda stuck.
The Elusive Man, or Tim.
You better have answers.
I don't care what his name is. He just needs to answer my questions. All of them.
And then suck my dick.
Spent a lot of
All
money
of
and
it.
time bringing you back.
All of it.
Data pad. Data pad. Where is the data pad? Oh, there's the data pad. Alright, fine.
They've seen us.
Stun him! Come on over!
Allied force casualty.
Can't reach.
Collision proximity. Rerouting power. Allied force casualty.
Ooh. Let's bypass this safe. See. Oh, I fucked. Start bypass. Boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. C. And for that, I get a Codex entry, okay. And 4 Renegade points, and 2 Paragon points. Oh, okay. Notifications were backed up.
Test subject has been recovered, but the damage is far worse than we initially feared. In addition to the expected burns and internal injuries from the explosion, subject has suffered significant cellular breakdown due to long-term exposure to vacuum and sub-zero temperatures. Despite the extent of the physical trauma, Wilson assures me subject is salvageable. The Lazarus Project will proceed as planned.
Come on, through here. We're almost at the... Miranda, but you were...
Damn!
Dead?
What the hell are you doing?
My job. Wilson betrayed us all.
That your idea of due process? Now you can't question him. I fucking knew he was lying. Okay, what happens now?
That's your idea of true process.
Even if you're sure, did he deserve that welcome?
He sabotaged the security systems, killed my staff, and he would have killed us.
You sure about that, Miranda? We've known Wilson for years. What if you're wrong?
I'm never wrong. I thought you'd have learnt that by now,
Well-
Jacob.
Now you can't question him. I knew he was lying. Okay, what happens now?
Okay, what happens now?
If you
Okay.
say so. What's our next step?
We get on the shuttle and go. My boss wants to speak to you.
You mean the elusive man? I know you work for Cerberus.
Ah, Jacob. I should have known your conscience would get the better of you.
Lying to the commander isn't the way to get her to join our cause.
Well, since we're getting everything out in the open, is there anything else you want to ask before we go, Commander?
What's your phone number?
Investigate. What's your phone number? Investigate. Location during attack.
Convenient that you show up as we're leaving. Where were you during the attack?
Besides trying to save your life? Wilson figured out I was helping you and he sent an army of mechs to take me out. I got here as soon as I could. Probably a little too soon if you ask Wilson.
Other survivors.
What about the rest of the people on the station?
This is the evac area. If they're not here now, they're not coming.
Some might have survived.
Yeah, some may have survived
Can't
it.
leave without knowing for sure. We need to go back and look.
Don't you get it? The only one worth saving is you. Everyone else is expendable.
She's right. We all knew the risks when we signed
Damn.
up. Without you, there's no point to any of this.
Destination. Your mother's
going?
house.
Another Cerberus facility. The elusive man is waiting for you there.
And if I don't come along to
And
see
if I
Kim,
don't come along,
I'm not sure I trust you.
This is the only shuttle off the station. You want to stay and rot with the mechs? Be my guest.
you want to ask about the Lazarus Project?
yeah.
You're the Lazarus Project's director, aren't you?
That's right. I put 2 years of my life into this project. Into you.
But why, though?
Why? Why would you want to save moi?
Cerberus
Because I'm the
want from me?
protagonist?
Maybe you should ask the elusive man when you meet him. He poured virtually unlimited resources into Lazarus. Obviously, he has some kind of plan for you.
Let's fucking go!
Let's go!
I've had enough of this station to last a lifetime.
Or 2, in your case. Come on.
Whoa, you're right. That's pretty big boy smart way of saying that.
Before you meet with the elusive man, we need to ask a few questions to evaluate your condition.
Come on, Miranda. More tests? Shepard took down those mechs without any trouble. That has to be good enough.
It's been 2 years since the attack. The elusive man needs to know that Shepard's personality and memories are intact. Ask the questions.
2 years.
Did you say 2 years?
I still can't believe it's 2 years.
I've been gone that long?
2 years
Okay,
and
we
12
already
days,
have covered this, but
and you were on an operating table for most of it.
The sooner we start, the sooner we can be done. Start with personal history.
Okay. Records show you were a spacer kid, raised mostly on one ship or another. You enlisted and led troops during some heavy fighting, most notably on Torfin. Do you remember taking on some Batarian slavers?
so we're done here. Let's do what was necessary. I lost a lot of people.
Most of my squad
You know, I
died
think
in
we're...
that fighting. They call me the Butcher of Torfin. I wish there'd been another way.
You got the job done. That's all that matters. Satisfied, Miranda?
Almost. Let's try something more recent. Vermeer, where you destroyed Saren's cloning facility, you had to leave one of your squad behind to die in the blast.
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams was killed in action. It was your call. Why did you leave her behind?
Because she was racist.
because she was racist. It was that or die.
Being in
It wasn't a
command
hard
means that
choice.
sometimes you give orders knowing that your people are gonna die. That can't affect your decisions. Ash gave her life for the rest of the team. Without her, I couldn't have stopped Saren. She died a hero.
I understand, Commander, and I wasn't judging your decision. Everybody at Cerberus knows that cloning facility had to be destroyed.
There are other tests we really should run.
Come on, Miranda. Enough with the quizzes. The memories are there, and I can vouch for Shepard's combat skills personally.
I suppose you're right. We'll have to hope the elusive man accepts our little field test as evidence enough. The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Wow, your Paragon and Renegade meters are about even.
Wow.
Do you want better charge, or do you want cryo ammo, shockwave, or pull? Or assault mastery?
Assault mastery.
Okay. And you.
I mean, you're playing.
we can unlock we can unlock one more of these. Cryo ammo, shockwave, or pull.
What's cryo ammo? Yeah, we'll do cryo ammo. That seems good. It's actually the shittiest thing in the game. Watch now.
Oh.
I would do that.
Okay, I actually can't yet. Have to get this to level 2 before I can get this.
Oh. Alright.
And this needs me to get charged to level 2, and this needs me to get this to level 2. Okay. So I can take that back, and I can get incendiary up to level 2, or I could get one of these up to level 2 if you prefer working toward cryo ammo or shockwave.
Sure.
Okay. Which one? Fire bullets or the charge power? My vote would be for the charge power, but your Commander Starburst.
Charge power.
Okay, there's Jacob.
I wouldn't keep the elusive man waiting. wouldn't keep the elusive man waiting.
The elusive man is waiting for you in the other room.
Ooh, the armor locker. No helmet. N7 helmet. N7 breather helmet. Recon hood.
No helmet, please.
Okay. N7 chest plate, and that's our only option. Material. These are barely making any difference. How shiny do you want to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
3.
Okay, tint.
Oh, I actually like the black.
This black or the first black?
That black.
Alright, and tint 2.
Oh boy. Probably a purple, if that's an option.
That's as close as we're getting.
That's fine.
Okay, and pattern.
Not very many options. Okay with no pattern.
And pattern. Oh, we can change the color of the pattern.
Oh, can't be purple. I'm giving her a very purple theme, as you can tell.
Because it is the best color, objectively. Scientifically speaking, purple is the best.
Okay. I suppose the second one? Actually, for the pattern? Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Oh, casual appearance. Outfit. This. Got a bunch of options.
I feel like she wears a sweater.
The hoodie here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Commander Starburst approved looks.
Looking cool. Very purple.
Looking fresh.
Commander Shepard.
Elusive man. I thought we'd be meeting face to face.
Unnecessary precaution. Not unusual for people who know what you and I know.
You don't know me. What do
I
we
fuck
know?
your mother.
I need some answers.
What do we know? Fucker.
What exactly is it that you and I know?
That our place in the universe is more fragile than we'd like to think. That one woman, one very specific woman, might be all that stands between humanity and the greatest threat of our brief existence.
The Reapers.
And that
Good to
woman
see your memory's
is
still intact. How are you feeling?
You're not my friend.
You need to earn the right to ask me those kinds of questions.
Cerberus isn't as evil as you believe.
Yes,
you
it
and
is.
I are on the same side. We just have different methods.
No, we're
Cut
not.
to the chase. What are the Reapers doing that made you decide to bring me back?
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but humanity is under attack.
Didn't you
While
say that
people are
already?
sleeping, entire colonies have been disappearing. Human colonies. We believe it's someone working for the Reapers, just as Saren and the Geth aided Sovereign. You've seen it yourself. You bested all of them. That's just one reason we chose you.
I'll need a lot of convincing.
You don't want to investigate?
I suppose we should investigate. Cerberus.
Fighting a war doesn't seem like Cerberus. Why are you involved?
We're committed to the advancement and preservation of humanity. If the Reapers are targeting us, trying to wipe us out, Cerberus will stop them. If we wait for politicians or the Alliance to act, no more human colonies will be left.
Maybe. No, investigation. We'll still investigate more. Obstructions?
Sovereign was trying to harvest all life in the galaxy. Why would the Reapers target a few human colonies?
Hundreds of thousands of colonists have vanished. I'd say that fits the definition of harvesting. Nobody's paying attention because it's random, and the attacks occur in remote locations. I don't know why they've suddenly targeted humanity. Maybe you got their attention when you killed one of them.
Investigate. Alliance aid.
If this is a threat against humanity, you need to mobilize the Alliance.
The Alliance is overwhelmed by the responsibility you gave them. They're too busy building relations to put resources into verifying the Reaper threat. Blaming the abductions on mercs and pirates is easier and more convenient.
Investigate. Have we done all this? Why me? I think that's the only one
You
we
could have
didn't do.
trained an entire army for what you spent to bring me back.
You're unique. Not just in ability or what you've experienced, but in what you represent. You stood for humanity at a key moment. You're more than a soldier. You're a symbol. And I don't know if the Reapers understand fear, but you killed one. They have to respect that.
I mean, fear the Reaper. Alright. Where do we start?
If you're after the Reapers, just point me in the right direction.
Miranda was worried you'd be resistant. She's not usually wrong. I have a shuttle ready to take you to Freedom's Progress, the latest colony to be abducted. Miranda and Jacob will brief you.
Do I have a choice?
Is this a volunteer job or am I being volunteered?
You always have a choice, Shepard. If you don't find the evidence we're both looking for, we can part ways. But first, go to Freedom's Progress. Find any clues you can. Who's abducting the colonies? Do they have any connection to the Reapers? I brought you back. It's up to you to do the rest.
Oh wow, level up! That's a lot of notifications. Alright, we have 2 more points. How do you want to spend them?
Charge. And,
We need
put
3.
the other one in.
We need 3 to get charged up another level.
Oh, man. Okay, so. Ammo?
The elusive man is very impressed with you. I'm eager to see if you can live up to his expectations on this mission.
Just remember who's in charge.
I can't have anyone disobeying my commands when we get there.
I know who I report to. As long as you don't do anything to betray Cerberus, I'll follow your orders.
I'll do my best.
Don't worry, we'll find out what happened to those colonists.
Well, at least you're confident. Let's hope it's not misplaced.
What the fuck's your problem?
Is there a problem here?
For someone who spent 2 years putting me back together, you don't seem real fond of me.
I have the utmost respect for your abilities, Shepard. It's your motivations that concern me. I believe in what Cerberus stands for. Only time will tell if you prove to be an asset or a liability to our cause.
Investigate. You're homophobic. Current mission.
What can you tell me about this colony we're going to?
Freedom's Progress? It's a typical human settlement in the Terminus systems. They had a small military force for protection supplemented by mechs and security drones. Average in almost every way, really. Completely unremarkable. Until the disappearance.
Any idea what we'll find?
Any thoughts on what we might run into there?
A lot of empty buildings and one giant mystery.
Was Miranda, actually.
Tell me a little about yourself.
Worried about my qualifications? I can crush a mech with my biotics or shoot its head off at 100 yards. Take your pick.
I wanted more than a resume. Where do you train? Are you single?
I want more than a resume. Did you hear me?
I was trying to get to know you as a human being.
I'm not looking for a friend, Shepard. Stay focused on the mission.
Where do you train?
Where you train?
Did you and Jacob serve together in the Alliance?
No. The elusive man recognized my potential and recruited me at a young age.
How young?
How old were you?
Old enough to know this is what I wanted.
Lazarus Project.
I'd like to know more about the Lazarus Project from the person in charge.
I wasn't in charge. The elusive man was. If I was running the show, we'd have done a few things differently.
Like?
Like your mom. No, like what?
What would you have changed?
To start, I would have implanted you with some type of control chip. But the elusive man wouldn't allow it. He was afraid it might affect your personality, alter your character somehow. He wouldn't let us do anything that might limit your potential in any way.
Good call.
I'm glad he was in charge.
Can't say I like the idea of being brought back to life with a control chip in my brain.
The elusive man is taking an incredible risk with you. I just hope his gamble pays off.
And that's it.
It's obvious you're not interested in talking.
We've got an assignment. We can talk about it, or we can do it.
+2 Renegade, +2 Paragon. You are just staying dead even. You're slightly more Paragon than Renegade, but only slightly.
I'm glad the elusive man convinced you to join us, Commander.
I didn't join Cerberus.
Yeah.
I just agreed to
join
work with him.
Cerberus.
I still don't trust him.
Do you trust me, Commander?
No.
I'm not sure.
I haven't made up my mind about you yet.
At least you're giving me a chance. Most Alliance soldiers hate Cerberus on principle.
Gee, I wonder why.
Current mission.
Do you know anything about this colony we're going to?
It's called Freedom's Progress. Don't know much else. I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Jacob and the Alliance.
Jacob and the Alliance.
You said you served in the Alliance.
5 years in total. Stationed all over the galaxy. Even spent a couple of years as a Corsair.
You were a pirate?
Our Corsair.
I've never heard of the Corsairs.
It was an Alliance initiative. They hired independent starship captains and used them for missions that fell outside official Alliance jurisdiction. Technically, we weren't part of the Alliance. If we ever got caught, they could disavow any knowledge of us. We were supposed to be free from restrictions and rules, but there was still enough red tape to sink a cruiser. I finally just gave up.
Jacob joined Cerberus.
Why did you join Cerberus?
I guess I just got tired of never making a difference. So much of what we did in the Alliance seemed pointless. I thought things would change after the attack on the Citadel. The old council was dead, and humanity took control of the new one. But nothing changed. Politics, bureaucracy, same bullshit, different leaders. Cerberus is different. When colonies go missing, we don't commission a team to write a report to figure out what the hell to do about it. We just go and find out.
And that's it.
That's all for now.
Goodbye.
Yes, ma'am.
Mission complete. Experience gained 1,000. Level earned 3. Squad points gained 2. Mission summary: Shepard escaped attack on the facility along with operatives Taylor and Lawson. Facility destroyed by remote detonation. Salvage teams will ensure no incriminating data survived. Per Miranda's recommendation, I'm running security sweeps on other cells to ensure that Wilson was our only mole. Regardless of the cost, this Project Lazarus was a success. Shepard is back. This text is just really tiny. I have no idea why.
Cause you pain.
You've received the following bonuses for importing a level 49 character into Mass Effect 2. 1,000 experience, start at level 2. 120,000 credits, 2,500 element 0, 2,500 iridium, palladium, platinum, 156 paragon, 119 renegade. New weapon. New heavy weapon. M100 grenade launcher. Rapid-fire grenade launcher favored by Blood Pack Vorcha mercenaries. Capable of taking down multiple enemies with a single well-placed shot. Effective against armor, shields, and biotic barriers. Credits. Cerberus funding 3,750. Credits found 5,775. Total credits earned 9525. Tiny text. Stupidly tiny text. Like that text is normal size. Why couldn't it be that size on the results screen?
Because why would you want to read something? Reading's for people who know how to read. Not someone who doesn't know how to read. Why would you want to read?
Do you have any orders?
Someone could still be alive.
You don't want to investigate? Okay.
Our first priority is to look for survivors.
That's unlikely, Commander. No one was left at the other colonies. They were completely deserted.
Be nice to find somebody. Anything's better than another ghost town.
It's a ghost.
It's a girl. So we have a heavy pistol, a shuriken machine pistol, a katana shotgun, and the grenade launcher. And these two also have guns.
Guns.
Looks like everyone just got up and left right in the middle of dinner.
Maybe the food was bad.
Yeah, bro.
Or maybe it was so spicy they all had to go take shits.
Strange. No bodies, no structural damage, and no signs of battle.
I could click R3 to see where I'm going, but this level is pretty linear.
Hear that? Sounds like Fenris mechs.
Strange. Security systems were disabled at the other colony.
Combat second. Power.
Attention right! Ah.
Shoot them before they take out the shield.
I've got him! Those mechs shouldn't have been hostile. They should have recognized us as human.
Someone reprogrammed them to attack on sight. We're not alone here.
Ooh, salvage.
They're through my shields!
Ooh, it's safe.
Stop right there!
Praza, you said you'd let me handle this. Wait, Shepard?
I'm not taking any chances with Cerberus operatives.
Put those weapons down! Shepard? Is that... you're alive?
Don't point those guns at me.
Tali, Zora, you served on my ship. You know what I do to people who threaten me.
Yes,
Praza,
Mom.
tell your team to put their weapons away.
Damn it, Tali, this is bullshit. Why would your old commander work for Cerberus?
I don't know. But if this is Shepard, I don't know. Shepard would have a reason.
Not working for them. I didn't have a choice. I did it to help humanity.
I'm not working for them.
Cerberus rebuilt me, but I'm not taking their orders. We can discuss the specifics once I know why you're here.
One of our people was here on pilgrimage. His name was Vitor. We came to find him.
You think he's alive?
Everyone else is dead. What makes you think Vitor survived?
We saw him when we landed.
You saw him? Then why isn't he with you already?
Vitor was injured, and he was always, nervous.
She means that he was unstable. Combine that with damage to his suit CO2 scrubbers and an infection from an open-air exposure, and he's likely delirious.
When he saw us landing, he hid in a warehouse on the far side of town. We suspect he also programmed the mechs to attack anything that moved.
We need to team up.
Vitor's the only one who can tell us what happened here. We should work together to find him.
Good idea. You'll need 2 teams to get past the drones anyway.
Now we're working with Cerberus?
No, Praza, you're working for me. If you can't follow orders, go wait on the ship. Head for the warehouse through the center of the colony. We'll circle around the far side and draw off some of the drones to clear you a path.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Make sure to keep in radio contact.
Will do. Good luck, Shepard. See you on the far side.
Be careful, Shepard.
4 Renegade and 4 Paragon.
Drones up ahead.
Thanks for the warning. We'll take care of him.
Ooh.
They see you, Shepard.
Please reconsider your aggressive attitude.
Please reconsider your aggressive attitude. Please reconsider these nuts.
Straight facts.
No printer. Money.
Use overload on him.
Okay,
I've lost shields. One left.
You're done.
There we go. One less. Yes!
Shepard, Peraza and his squad rushed on ahead. I told them to wait, but they wouldn't listen. They want to find Vitor and take him away before you get here.
We should have expected this.
Come on, we can still catch them.
can we? What if I had? But what if there are more saves on the way that I need to bypass?
Got him. Dropped him. Dropped him. Got him.
Enemy down. Shepard, we are inside the loading docks. Vitor reprogrammed the heavy mech. It's tearing Peraza's squad apart.
They
Oh,
did want
no.
to get to Vitor first.
Get your squad into cover and I'll open the loading bay doors.
We'll take cover by the doors. Shepard, you take point.
Got it.
Got it,
You got
bro.
Anything you want, you got it.
That mech's got heavy armor plating. Those Quarians never stood a chance.
This is gonna be one tough son of a bitch to take down. Overload will take out their shields.
Orcus heavy armor weakened.
Oh, it's this.
Boop, boop. Fragile crate? How fragile? Wow, that's pretty fragile. Wow, I pushed shards of one crate into another, and it fell apart. That is really fragile.
Very.
This is your chance to go find Vitor while I tend to the wounded, Shepard. He's probably somewhere in the back of the loading bay.
Monsters coming back. Mechs will protect. Safe from swarms. Have to hide. No monsters. No swarms. No.
Vitor?
No, Vitor. Not here. Swarms can't find. Monsters coming. Have to hide.
You're safe now. Snap out of it.
Snap out of it.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Great. We come all this way and our only witness is a babbling idiot.
Swarms coming. Storm coming. Storm of swarms.
Should I?
Mechs will protect. Have to hide. Have to hide. No escape. Can't hide forever. Swarms will find you. Monsters find you. No hope. No escape.
No.
Okay. They can't hurt you anymore. I want some answers now!
They can't hurt you anymore.
Vitor, I'm here to protect you. I won't let the monsters get you, I promise.
Have to hide. Have to hide. Mechs will
Should
protect. Swarms coming. Storm coming. Storm of swarms. No
Fine,
escape.
do it.
No hope. You're human. Where did you hide? How come they didn't find you?
Who didn't find us?
The monsters. The swarms. They took everyone.
Tell us what happened.
Why didn't the
What happened?
colonists fight back, Vitor? What happened?
You don't know. You didn't see. But I see everything.
Looks like security footage. He must have pieced it together manually.
What the hell is that?
My god. I think it's a collector.
What's a collector?
Yeah, what's a collector?
Is that some kind of alien?
They're a species from somewhere beyond the Omega-4 relay. Only a few people have ever seen one in person.
They usually work through intermediaries, like slavers or hired mercenaries. If they're involved with the Reapers somehow, it could explain what happened to the colonies.
The collectors have advanced technology. They could have a weapon that disables an entire settlement at once.
The Seeker swarms. No one can hide. The Seekers find you, freeze you. Then the monsters take you away.
Go on, Vector. Oh wait, no, actually investigate. Vector's escape.
It's Vitor.
Why didn't the collectors take you?
Swarms
Sorry.
didn't find me. Monsters didn't know I was here.
The collectors aren't known for being careless. Maybe his enviro suit kept him from showing up on their sensors.
Or they were using technology specifically designed to detect humans. Only human colonies have been hit.
Swarms.
Tell me more about these swarms.
It's how they find you. Seeker clouds, machines like tiny insects. They go everywhere. They find you, then they sting you, freeze you.
Sounds like miniature probes, maybe. Find victims, then immobilize them with a stasis field or nerve toxin.
What if you're allergic?
Collectors.
I want to know more about the collectors.
Nobody knows much. They're so rare, a lot of people don't even believe they exist.
More importantly, why are they abducting human colonists? What are they after?
Maybe the elusive man can figure it out.
Go on, Vitor.
What happened next?
The monsters took the people onto the ship, and then they left. The ship flew away. But they'll be back for me. No one escapes.
I think that's probably all we're getting out of him, Commander.
Thank you, or what a fucking waste of time.
Thank you, Vitor.
We've appreciate what you told us. You were very helpful.
I studied them. The monsters. The swarms. I recorded them with my Omni tool. Lots of readings. Electromagnetic. Dark energy.
We need to get this data to the elusive man. Grab the Quarian and call the shuttle to come pick us up.
What? Vitor is injured. He needs treatment, not an interrogation.
We won't hurt him. We just need to see if he knows anything else. He'll be returned unharmed.
Your people tried to betray us once already. If we give him to you, we'll never get the intel we need.
Praza was an idiot, and he and his men paid for it. You're welcome to take Vitor's Omnitool data, but please, just let me take him.
Oh, this is... Vitor goes with Tali. Sure, let's do that.
He's traumatized and he needs medical care. Tali will give us the Omnitool data and take him to the flotilla.
Understood, Commander.
Thank you, Shepard. I'm glad you're still the one giving the orders. Good luck out there. If I find anything that can help you, I'll let you know.
We're ready for pickup.
Shepard, good work on Freedom's progress. The Quarians forwarded their findings from Vitor's debriefing. No new data, but it's a surprising olive branch given our history. You and I have different methods, but I can't argue with your results.
Having friends pays off.
What about Vitor's data?
The data from his Omnitool should be quite useful.
We're still analyzing it. But more importantly, you confirm the collectors are behind the abductions.
You don't seem surprised.
Why do I get the feeling you knew about them already?
I had my suspicions, but I needed proof. The collectors are enigmatic at best. They periodically travel to the terminus systems, looking to gather seemingly unimportant items or specimens, usually in exchange for their technology. When their transactions are complete, they disappear as quickly as they arrived, back beyond the unmapped Omega-4 relay. Until now, we've had no evidence of direct aggression by the collectors.
What aren't you... No. Interest in humans, actually.
Any ideas on why they've shifted their focus to humans?
If they're agents for the Reapers, it could be any number of reasons. Obviously, humanity played a huge role in Sovereign's destruction. That might have been enough to draw their attention. What really concerns me is why they bother abducting the colonists. Once the humans are paralyzed, why not just kill
them? Omega-4 rally.
Why is the Omega-4 relay unmapped? What do we know about it?
Only that no ship passing through it has ever returned. Our best guess is that the relay reacts differently to collector vessels, allowing them safe passage. If they can manipulate relays, that's just further evidence of the connection with the Reapers.
Transactions.
What are the collectors getting from these deals?
The collectors aren't very forthcoming about their motives. Generally, they seek out species with rare genetic mutations or abnormalities. They pay slavers and
like your mother
exorbitant sums to obtain these specimens, and then they leave. But they've never targeted a single species before, and the previous sample sizes were in the dozens, not the tens of thousands.
What aren't you telling me?
You're holding something back. How do you know the Reapers are involved?
The patterns are there, buried in the data. The Council and the Alliance want to believe the Reaper threat died with Sovereign. You and I know better. I won't wait until the Reapers are on the march. We need to take the fight to them.
Agreed?
I hate waiting, but I'll need a team. A good one.
I've already compiled a list of soldiers, scientists, and mercenaries. You'll get dossiers on the best of them. Finding them and convincing them to work with you could be challenging, but you're a natural leader. I'll continue to track the collectors. When they make their next appearance, I'll notify you and your team. Be ready.
Oh, I decide who's on my team.
Miranda and Jacob aren't enough. How many do you need to keep me in check?
I've made it clear to Miranda and Jacob that you're in charge. You decide who joins your squad. Everyone else on this list was chosen specifically for this mission. They're the best.
I hope so.
I'll do the best I can with what you've given me.
I'm sure you will. Before you go, 2 things. First, head to Omega and find Morden Solus. He's a brilliant Solarian scientist. Our intelligence suggests he may know how to counteract the Collector's paralyzing Seeker swarms.
And the second thing?
Sounds good. And what else?
I found a pilot I think you might like. I hear he's one of the best. Someone you can trust.
Oh boy.
Hey, Commander.
Just Optimus Chad.
Just like old times, huh?
I can't believe it's you, Joker.
Look who's talking. I saw you get spaced.
Got lucky, with a lot of strings attached. How'd you get here?
It all fell apart without you, Commander. Everything you stirred up, the Council just wanted it gone. The team was broken up, record sealed, and I was grounded. The Alliance took away the one thing that mattered to me. Hell yeah, I joined Cerberus.
You really trust the elusive man?
Well, I don't trust anyone who makes more than I do. But they aren't all bad. Saved your life, let me fly, and there's this. They only told me last night. It's good to be home, huh, Commander?
I guess we'll have to give her a name.
This is very intense music.
Collectors confirmed as source of attacks on Freedom's Progress. Quarian survivor Vitor returned with Tali Zora to the migrant fleet. We'll examine his Omni-Tool data for anything useful. You must recruit a head scientist to build this upgrade. Heavy weapons upgrade, 15% plus 15% heavy weapon ammo capacity. Technobabble. Credits.
Fun.
Iridium.
Welcome aboard the New Normandy, Commander.
I've been looking over the dossiers. I'd strongly recommend starting by
Love to see
acquiring
this.
Morden Solus, the Solarian professor on Omega. We know the Collectors use some type of advanced technology to immobilize their victims. We'll need him to develop a countermeasure to protect us.
Good point. This is my shit.
My ship. Hee all mine.
You're not in charge of this mission. I am.
Operative Lawson makes a valid point, Shepard. Without the Professor, any encounter with the Collectors would result in failure.
Who are you?
I am the Normandy's artificial intelligence. The crew like to refer to me as Edie.
Joker won't like this. This could come in handy. AI is dangerous.
AI is dangerous. Oh, Joe. AI is dangerous.
Shut that thing down. I don't want it on my ship.
Have I offended?
Shepard spent a great deal of time fighting rogue AI. Geth, mostly. Plus that incident with the Alliance's Hannibal system on Luna.
Your distrust is logical, Shepard, unlike the irrational mistrust of most humans. However, I am no threat to you or anyone else. I observe and offer analysis and advice. Nothing more.
Anyone else I should meet? Time to assemble our team. Glad to hear it.
Anyone else I should meet?
I'm guessing it takes more than just the three of us plus Joker to fly this ship.
The Normandy has a full crew. They're at their stations awaiting your orders.
Final preparations for takeoff are complete, Commander. When you're ready to go, just pick a destination from the galaxy map in the CIC and I'll plot a course.
Jacob and I should return to our posts. Come find us if you have any questions.
Galaxy map. Use the galaxy map to pick new destinations for the Normandy. Private terminal. Use your private terminal to get status updates on your squad. Armory. Select weapons for your squad from the armory. Elevator. Use the elevator to access the Normandy's other decks. Captain's quarters. Go to your personal cabin to customize your appearance. Tech lab. Acquire the Professor to research upgrades for your squad's equipment. So we've got a lot of notifications. Let's talk to people while they run through.
Welcome aboard, Commander.
Yeah.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
The pleasure is mine.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Sure.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Let's chat.
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
Sus? What do you do?
I mean, it's not sus, it's gay.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
So?
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You're a counselor?
You're a counselor?
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound.
Yes. I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
Good thing you're here. Fuck off.
It's a good thing you're here.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
What do you think of Cerberus?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives.
No, they don't.
We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
Does Cerberus hate aliens?
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Solarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
You are very loving. You're naive.
You're naive.
You're fooling yourself if you believe Cerberus is noble.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I hope time will change your mind. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Are you happy? Just in general?
Are you happy, just in general?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Elusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
We won't.
Bitch, we won't. Get wrecked.
Don't worry. We'll defeat the Collectors.
I trust you implicitly. The moment I met you, I knew I could close my eyes, fall back, and you'd be there.
Jesus. Can you be any more gay?
I'd embrace you. I'd catch you. I'd drop you.
I catch you.
Your trust is well placed, Kelly.
I knew it would be. Thank you, Shepard. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Nothing else you can talk about, so fuck off.
Go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Rendezvous with Kasumi Goto. +4 Renegade.
I swear we got some lateral drift. The old Normandy never had that.
Shutter control. Oh, there's the shutter control.
Was that Nah.
We have the option to close that. Do you want to keep it open?
Yeah, we'll leave it open.
Okay, who are we talking to first? Edie or Joker?
Joker.
Now coming with the bass. Boom, boom, boom,
Okay, I'm glad I don't have to interrupt his lovely song.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
This ship is just a copy. We can trust them for now. This is too good to be true.
This ship is just a copy.
That's not the same, Joker. There's nothing here that was even part of the real Normandy.
There's us. I have to take what I can get. The last 2 years sucked. You'll see. Even if an AI is spying on us, no way they'll invest this much just to screw us over. It'll be better than the old days.
I hope so. I died.
Yeah, you were such a downer.
Yes, Shepard.
What's about you?
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
So, is there like something going on between you and Joker?
No, yes, though, you and Joker.
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Your name?
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
Your location?
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Your job?
When are you going to get a job?
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the elusive man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Additional functions?
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Cyber warfare?
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
That's impressive. That's impressive. More monitoring devices.
The elusive man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of
You wouldn't let me think that's
into the design
impressive.
and construction of this ship.
I didn't
He has
see
an
that's
interest
impressive,
in
sorry.
monitoring our progress.
Like, where was it? Was it here? Or
It
was it
was
here?
where cyber warfare was too.
Oh, okay.
Cyber
I think
warfare
we've done
means
all
things
these.
like viruses, right?
In close, once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough to changing circumstances or perform the necessary multitasking. This is a role that can only be filled by an artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, we are suspect.
Well, it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
Sounds incredibly useful. Why isn't there someone like that on every warship?
An organic operator cannot react quickly enough. This is a
That's
role that
not-
can only be filled by an
I'm
artificial
gazing.
intelligence. Unfortunately, we
Well,
are
it might have something to do with how an AI almost destroyed galactic civilization, just putting it out there.
Another topic.
Let's discuss something else.
ready.
Tell me about Cerberus.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
Your mother. No. Resources.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Okay. Sus. A block?
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Structure of Cerberus.
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the elusive man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
Cool. How many cells are there?
I'm gonna call it right now. That's classified.
So how many operations is
Definitely.
Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that
Yeah.
question.
Villain Normandy.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Of course you do.
Let's discuss
Goodbye.
something else.
Ready.
Oh wait, no, there is one more topic, isn't there? Oh, what's in this room? Yeah.
What's a cockpit?
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Where was that? Where were the controls? That adds that to the codex, and we are over the 2-hour mark. So I'm gonna, you are going to spend these points, and then we're gonna save and quit.
I'm gonna spend the points. Okay. Can we do charge now? How many points? Oh, we only have 2. Well, what can we upgrade with the 2 points?
Everything that's orange, we can put points into, and like it, to get each level, you need that number level of points. So you need 1 point for level 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4.
So we can do cryo.
And one other thing.
Shockwave.
Okay.
Perfect.
And now we are going to save. We are going to create a new save. And that's going to be it for tonight, Twitch chat. Hope you all had fun. Hope you all will join us on Starburst channel tomorrow for more Apollo Justice, featuring hopefully Apollo Justice finally, and then come back here on Saturday for more Mass Effect 2, where we will finish talking to the people on the Normandy. Bye, Twitch chat. Loves y'all.
Bye, Twitch Crowds. Loves ya.